Welcome to another 24-hour rapid fire series on some of my favorite films and movies. This time we're going to discuss the top 5 with some honorable mentions. Animal human inspirational films. As always, don't forget to react, follow, and share, as your engagement means a lot to me, and I love being here letting you guys in on my insight into what I find cool in the world. Starting off strong, I watched this a bit late on the recommendation of my brother, who knew that I was a big fan of the movie that we're going to talk about next. But back to the task at hand. This is the true story of a dog named Lulu and an army ranger by the name of Briggs as they race down the Pacific coast to make it to a soldier's funeral on time. It is starring Channing Tatum and it is a beautiful movie. Along the way, Briggs and Lulu drive each other completely crazy, break a handful of laws, narrowly evade death, and learn to let down their guard to have a fighting chance of finding happiness. This is a beautiful story showing how man's best friend can truly bring insight into the lives of people and how little different things can make a tremendous impact on the overall life path of a human being through the connection of animal love. That brings me to number 2, the whole reason why I was interested in Dog to begin with. Arthur the King, starring Mark Wahlberg. This one brought me to absolute tears in the theater when I seen it. It is a wonderfully inspiring underdog, pun intended, story. Um, Desperate for one last chance to win, Michael Light convinces a Spencer to back him and a team of athletes for the Adventure Racing World Championship in the Dominican Republic. As the team gets pushed to the outer limits of endurance, a dog named Arthur comes along for the ride, redefining what victory, loyalty, and friendship truly means. And it is an absolute must see. Beautiful movie. One of Mark's best movies of recent recording, if you ask me. Next, we have Megan Levy, a true story starring Kate Mara. This is about a young female Marine corporal whose unique discipline and bond with the military combat dog saved many lives during her deployment in Iraq. Assigned to clean up the canine unit after a disciplinary hearing, Levy starts to identify with Rex, a particularly aggressive dog that she trains. Over the course of their service, Megan and Rex complete more than 100 missions until an improvised explosive device injures them both and puts their fates in jeopardy. Absolute wonderful female empowerment, Marine corporal dog story that I thoroughly enjoyed. Next comes one starring the blockbuster smash amazing actor Willem Dafoe. This is the true story of Togo, set in the winter of 1925. A champion dog sled trainer by the name of Leonhard Seppala and his lead dog sled dog, which was Togo, together embark on an adventure across the treacherous terrain of Alaska to transport a medicine to a small town and save children from an epidemic that has broke out there in a small village in Alaska. That brings me to Warhorse. Warhorse, starring Jeremy Irvin, is about Albert and his beloved horse Joey, who live on a farm in the British countryside right at the brink of World War One. Albert and Joey are forcibly parted when Albert's father sells the horse to the British cavalry. Against the backdrop of the Great War, Joey begins an odyssey full of danger, joy, and sorrow, and he transforms everyone he meets along the way. Meanwhile, Albert, unable to forget his equine friend, searches the battlefields of France to find Joey and eventually bring him home. Or at least that's the hope. It's a beautiful movie and very empowering. That brings me to some of our honorable mentions here. A couple of movies that um, are really great, and I probably will talk about another one just briefly as I speak on the second one, and let's get to it. First, we're going to talk about Max. After U.S. Marine Kyle Wincott is killed in Afghanistan, Max, his highly trained service dog, is too traumatized to remain in service. Back in the U.S., Kyle's family adopts the dog, but teenage brother Justin has problems of his own and doesn't want the animal. However, Max may be Justin's only chance to learn what really happened to his brother. With the help of a dog savvy friend, Justin and Max begin to bond and set out to unravel the mystery of Kyle's death. Beautiful movie about brotherly love, and again, how a wonderful military dog connects people and helps lead them to the truth and a greater level of understanding. It's just wonderful. On this one here, we have another horse story, and that is Seabiscuit, which is an amazing movie. This stars Jeff Bridges and Tobey Maguire, absolutely awesome actors. I do want to briefly touch on this, especially with the fact that we just had, the Kentucky Derby, and all 151 horses that competed in the Kentucky Derby were related to Secretariat. But something I feel that maybe people don't know or is lesser known and definitely very important is that Secretariat was also related to Seabiscuit. So this is a higher pedigree within these horses. And the way that they are connected is through Fair Play and Man o' War, which is one of both of Seabiscuit and Secretariat's ancestor. And the winner was, of course, Sovereignty, followed by number two, Journalism. Back to the movie, though. Seabiscuit takes place in the midst of the Great Depression. A businessman, played by Jeff Bridges, is coping with the tragic death of his son, a jockey with a history of brutal injuries, which was Toby Maguire, and a down and out horse trainer team up to help Seabiscuit, a temperamental, undersized racehorse. At first, the horse struggles to win, but eventually Seabiscuit becomes one of the most successful thoroughbreds of all time and inspires a nation at a time when they need it most. And again, like I said, Secretariat was a big deal for us. In the 1970s, Big Red was a wonderful, amazing horse. The ninth winner of the American Triple Crown, setting and still holding the fastest record of all time in all three of Secretariat's constituent races, which is amazing. And Seabiscuit is an amazing movie that I definitely feel people need to see if they loved Secretariat, especially, and perhaps don't know about him, because this is just an amazing line, and you can see it's historical, and both of their stories are incredibly inspiring. So, that is what I got to share with you guys for my animal human inspirational films. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, y'all take care of each other and enjoy some popcorn with your movie.